Hey everyone, today we're going to be walking up Park Avenue. It is currently peak rush hour and we are standing in Grand Central Terminal. We'll do one quick walk around the terminal and then we will head northbound on Park Avenue. It's currently rush hour in New York City, as you can tell from the massive amount of people. Inside Grand Central Terminal, you can get the Metro North Railroad, as well as the Long Island Railroad. You also have a flagship Apple store inside. Honestly, it's probably the most beautiful train station in America right here. We're going to go navigate to Vanderbilt Avenue, where we will head uptown.
Attention all of my customers before 30 on flight wings.
Where's the flight?
If you're visiting New York City and you want to go to a very unique bar, I would come right here to Grand Central Terminal and go to the Campbell Apartments.
Attention worldwide customers, 443, the southeast, White Plains First South 18, track 110, on the lower level. Attention worldwide customers, 443, the southeast.
I'll quickly pull off to the side to show you all a fun fact. If you come to Grand Central Terminal and you go up to the Metro North ticket booth, and if you kind of stand where these people are standing, you could see that over time, all of the granite or the marble, whatever the floors are made out of, are actually worn right where people stand to purchase the tickets. And that's from years and years and years of people standing. And you can actually notice it. It almost creates these little craters in the ground. So the next time you're in Grand Central Terminal, go ahead and check it out. The stone is worn, and it's extremely noticeable when you stand on it. You can see everybody rushing about to get the trains. We are now outside. And this is the main entrance to 1 Vanderbilt, which is a new Class A office tower here in New York City. I really like the architectural design in the lobby. There's massive ceiling heights. It's really quite nice. This is the corner of 42nd Street and Vanderbilt Avenue. And if you stand right on the corner here, you'll be able to see an iconic view of the New York City's Chrysler Building. Beautiful Art Deco building there. It's busier than normal in New York City because it is the United Nations General Assembly. We had President Trump leave the city yesterday, so pretty much Midtown Manhattan was on lockdown. But you also have diplomats from all over the world that are here with their respective security and motorcades. I'm excited about this walk because we're going to be able to see the brand new 270 Park Avenue, which is the new home to JP Morgan Chase, right on Park. And this is just the first of many Class A office towers coming to Park Avenue. You're going to have Citadel and Citadel Securities building their Class A office tower at 350 Park. You can see here's the entrance to the Campbell Bar. This is one of the most unique bars in the city, in my opinion. It is a little bit expensive, but so is everything in New York. You have 22 Vanderbilt to our left. And then you have the Yale Club to our left as well. That's unfortunately still covered in scaffolding. There's another nice brand new bar. This is definitely a Park Avenue feel, very classy here. The area in and around Grand Central Terminal has changed a lot over the years. Here you can see the Yale Club, right on the corner of East 44th Street and Vanderbilt Avenue. Again, unfortunately, the entire facade is covered in scaffolding. Quickly show you the entrance. You always have a lot of nice cars outside here. And they've done a nice job with all the outdoor seating too. Currently headed northbound. We're in between East 44th Street as well as East 45th Street. We're going to essentially run right into the brand new 270 Park Avenue that has their official open date in October. If you look just off to your left, you'll see the Roosevelt Hotel. This sparked a lot of controversy during the migrant crisis in New York City. This was one of the main migrant intake centers right here on the corner of East 45th Street and Vanderbilt. Standing directly under 270 Park and just thinking about how tall 350 is going to be, it's quite remarkable. The last I looked, 350 Park Avenue is set to stand 1,650 feet tall. You can see how the street is still closed off. Look at how tall that thing is. Now, there are employees actively working in the building, but the official open date is in October. And as we look back, you can see one Vanderbilt right here. Now, at the very top, you can kind of see two big openings, and that is the observation deck. It is called Summit at 1 Vanderbilt. Also, if you're an American Express card holder, if you call the number on the back of your Amex card, you can request to make a reservation for the Centurion Lounge that sits atop of 1 Vanderbilt. There's a restaurant, there's 2 bars, and there's also an open lounge. You have sweeping views over Bryant Park, and as you're sitting down, if you choose to eat dinner in the Centurion Lounge, you have this unbelievable picture-perfect view of the spire of the Chrysler Building. It's unreal. So perhaps for the holidays, if you're planning a trip to New York and you're an American Express customer, maybe take my advice and do that. In any event, here we are. You can see just how massive this building is. It takes up an entire city block. And it has this very unique cantilever effect over the street below. We're going to be doing a walk around the perimeter of 270 Park Avenue to check on the facade of the main entrance. They're supposed to do complete landscaping around the main entrance, but also this textured rock facade, which the last time we checked it out, it came off as a little bit cheap looking, but perhaps now that more of it is complete, it'll look a little bit better. You'll also notice all the traffic. This is from the UN General Assembly. Lots of diplomats and world leaders are probably staying at a lot of the 5-star hotels here, one of which being the brand new Waldorf Astoria. This is the New York City Medical Examiner. But from here, we'll take another look at 270 Park. Very interesting design. You know, you can see how it cantilevers over the street. It's a massive, massive building. And again, this is the home to JP Morgan Chase. Let's go ahead and cross the street and check it out in a little bit more detail. This is all brand new sidewalk you're looking at here. And they've actually managed to expand Park Avenue. You can see all the bankers coming out of the office. You have a great shot looking up at the brand new Waldorf Astoria. And to me, this is encouragement that big bankers and big business in the United States believe in New York City. You know, you're not going to have Jamie Dimon investing over $1 billion to build an office tower in a city that he doesn't believe in. So it's very, very encouraging. Wow, the inside of the lobby looks just tremendous. I'm not too sure the exact height of those ceilings, but those are some of the largest ceilings I've ever seen in an office tower. We'll take one more look from this angle. This is looking back towards Grand Central Terminal as well as the MetLife building. And 350 Park is supposed to be even taller than that. It's incredible. Inside 280 Park, you'll see this massive statue of KAWS, K-A-W-S. It's this tremendous pink-looking Elmo figure. And then this is looking back at the top of the MetLife building. It's interesting to see just the clash of the architecture from the old to the new New York. Really what's coming down the pike. And across the street is something very exciting. On the corner of East 49th Street and Park Avenue, you have the brand new Waldorf Astoria Hotel and Residences. This is another really stunning Art Deco building. This was a multi-year renovation. And if we zoom up on the very, very front of the Waldorf Astoria, you can see the United Nations flag, as well as the American flag. There's the Cause statue again. It's a very interesting vantage point. You can see all the traffic caused by all these motorcades. Essentially, all of the black cars that you see are part of some sort of security apparatus for world leaders or diplomats that are here in New York City for the UN General Assembly. But let's go ahead and cross the street to the east side and take a look at the main entrance of the brand new Waldorf Astoria. You can see a lot of the plates as US government here. Waldorf Astoria is really a beautiful building. And I can guarantee you they're very, very busy. For the UN General Assembly. Here you have New Jersey State Police. This is an interesting shot. You can see 270 Park and 1 Vanderbilt in the same shot. I like how 270 Park cascades in a layer cake formation all the way to the top. And here you have it. I'll zoom in. This is where ordinary is impossible. Waldorf Astoria residences. I'm sure it's very nice in there. But the one thing I would say is that if you've seen other new development projects, particularly ones with floor-to-ceiling glass windows and a glass facade skyscraper, the units inside an Art Deco building may come across as very dark to you, depending on what you've seen. Here we are on the corner of 50th Street and Park. And here you can see 432 Park Avenue in the distance. This is one of the many buildings that make up New York City's Billionaires Row. And this is St. Bartholomew's Church. And one more look up at the facade of the new Waldorf Astoria. When you think of Wall Street, you should really think of Park Avenue. Oftentimes people think about the financial industry as Lower Manhattan on Broad Street and Wall Street, but a lot of the financial activity takes place right here, specifically in Midtown Manhattan. We'll continue on our way up. We're about to pass one of my favorite buildings in all of New York City. It is the Seagram Building. But I just love that view of 432 Park. I'll quickly show you some of the architectural details on St. Bart's Church. It's a stunning property. And now we're on the corner of 51st Street. And Park Avenue. This is where that unfortunate tragedy happened. Where the gunman came right up these steps to target the NFL, which their headquarters is right here at 345 Park. But I know 345 Park for being the headquarters of private equity giant Blackstone. You can see all of the increased security and police officers stationed. Such a horrible tragedy. And then once again looking up at Manhattan's 432 Park Avenue. At night, they now have the lights on the top of 270 Park. The next time we do our night walk, we'll have to get some interesting captures of that. But here we have the Seagram Building. Such a peaceful place. And such a beautiful building. The main reason why I like the Seagram building is because it's built a little bit set back from the main street. Which gives it a very unique feel as you're walking out of the office. So just imagine walking out of your office and you have these great views overlooking 432 Park Avenue, the Four Seasons. It's really quite nice.
You know, and you know, because I've invited her along with us. I've invited her along with Ellen.
This is now the corner of 53rd Street. From the corner here looking westbound, you can see the spire of 53 West 53rd, the one with the very, very jagged point all the way at the top. And that's another building that makes up New York City's Billionaires Row. Technically not on 57th Street, obviously, but
well, I'd say sometimes you go.
we're now walking right past 399 Park Avenue. I really like the lobby. And right on the corner here, you're going to see 425 Park Avenue, which is one of the newest and most eco-friendly office towers in the world. This is the temporary home to Citadel until Ken Griffin builds out his 1,650 foot tall office tower at 350 Park. Now approaching the corner of East 55th Street. like we got some more activity. Anything else here? Okay, now we're right in front of 425 Park Avenue. There's a Bloomberg miniseries on this building. That's really quite impressive. It's one of the most eco-friendly Class A office towers in the world. But from here, you have a really good view of the auction house Phillips. That is the main retail anchor tenant to 432 Park. The closer you get to 432, the more you realize just how massive this building is. The developer on this building is Thomas.Malloy. But right in front of it, right here, is 520 Park Avenue, which was developed by the Zeckendorf developers, the same developers who did 15 Central Park West, or the limestone Jesus building that sits just north of Columbus Circle. You also have Cantor Fitzgerald, 2 blocks north. The former CEO of Cantor Fitzgerald is now the Commerce Secretary of the United States of America. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick. Quickly take you all to the front entrance of 432 Park. If you'd like to see the inside of 432 Park Avenue, feel free to check out our prior videos. We've filmed many apartment tours inside 432. Here's the main entrance. You have the valet amongst the glass overhang. I'm sure you have many diplomats and world leaders that live in the building, or should I say, have a pied-à-terre. What really strikes me about the building is the 10-foot by 10-foot windows. You could quite literally stand up and sit down and relax in the window frame. And right outside 432 Park, this is all common space. Public space, I should say. They did a really nice job with the landscaping. And here you can see the inside of Phillips. Before we head further north, I quickly want to take you to Ferrari, which is very strategically placed right here on Park Avenue. But take a look at the architectural integrity of the facade of 425 Park. Again, the temporary headquarters of Citadel. I really like the architecture here. Very futuristic. But not gaudy. This jewelry store was once robbed. There was a crazy story, you could look it up. But a group of people took a minivan and drove the minivan straight through the front door here. I was actually working in the office late at night, and they tried to steal some of the jewelry. This must have been 2 or 3 years ago now. Okay, we're coming up on East 55th Street. And here you have Ferrari. Quite the genius marketing, I'd say. As you have a lot of hedge funders and investment bankers that walk past the showroom every day. Perhaps an idea to spend your bonus on. What would you guess something like this? How much would it cost for any of those car guys or girls? I never knew Ferrari had an SUV or a crossover. Quite unique. Okay, we'll go ahead and head northbound.
You're okay.
I forget that I...
Need to cover that trip, please, thank you. 1216 is in compliance, eh? It was called in earlier.
Tons of traffic. But they're not allowing any vehicles to turn. It probably means some sort of diplomat is coming. We're headed up towards 57th Street. This is the official start of New York City's Billionaires Row. You'll also see the Aston Martin showroom on the left. To your right, you'll see the Four Seasons, or the newly opened Four Seasons. See all the different black cars parked outside. Oops, and it looks like we have another motorcade coming. Alright everyone, if you enjoyed that walking tour of Park Avenue, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and as always, we will see you in the next one, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.